Hey guys, it's me, Travis, with BetKarma.com and the BetKarma app. Speaking of which, if you haven't downloaded yet, take a few seconds out of your day today. Go to BetKarma.com/app or simply search for BetKarma in your app store and download that puppy so you can get access to this PrizePicks predictor that is part of the BetKarma app as well as website. So we are doing another Thursday night football play for the third consecutive week in a row. We crushed it the first week. Last week, we had Ramondre Stevenson over, I think it was like 30-something receiving yards. And the man got targeted quite a bunch, and he couldn't keep his gosh dang hands on the ball every single time. Thus, he barely missed, which that alone screwed up our flex play that we put in. So we're going to go right back at it. We have the LA Rams and the Las Vegas Raiders tomorrow night. I'm doing this recording on the Wednesday before. So let's go ahead and see if there's anything on the PrizePicks predictor we like for tomorrow. I have the LA Rams pulled up for receiving yards. If you've watched any of these videos before, you know that receiving yards is my number one prop. Once you get access to this tool, to the PrizePicks predictor on the BetKarma app, check out receiving yards first. It is in my opinion, and probably a lot of everybody else's opinion, the easiest stat to predict. So we have two predictions right now up for the Rams players. Higbee's projection at 35 receiving yards is not too different than his 33.5, so that's why it's not color-coded or anything. If you don't see any kind of orange tint at all, stay away from the gosh dang prop. I have so many people in Discord hitting me up and saying, hey, what about this play? If it's white and it's not orange, do not play it. There's not enough edge there. You sign up for this tool, you download the app so you can get the edges and give yourself the best chance to win. So focus on the color orange. But we do have an orange for Van Jefferson. So we have him projected at 43.63 receiving yards. Right now his PrizePicks line is at 37.5. So of course recommend the over. Now a few other things to pay attention to here. First, we're recommending the over. The second thing to pay attention to is when you're wanting to go over on a stat, you want the lowest line possible. So is 37.5 better than if you were to play this exact same prop on Monkey Knife Fight? Yes, you actually get a full 3 receiving yard discount. Is it better than the traditional sports books like DraftKings and FanDuel? No, it's exactly the same. So there's no leverage on that. But because it is 3 yards discounted off of Monkey Knife Fight, I really like that. It's not a solid orange color. It only has a 16.35 percentage difference. And if you're not sure what that means, it just means that the actual difference from what you can play to what we're saying is going to happen is this, which results in this. So we'll keep this in the back of our mind right now. Van Jefferson over 37.5. Let's go to Las Vegas here. We have 3 plays for Las Vegas up on the board. If you remember anything I ever say on these things, I try to stay away from running back receiving props unless they're like CMC level or in this case, Ramondre Stevenson, where they're getting tons and tons of targets out of the backfield. So there isn't anything solid here for Mac. His line is only 4 different from our projection. It's even worse for Devontae. So we do have a little bit this light tint orange like we had for Van Jefferson. For Josh Jacobs, it's only a 3.89 difference though, and it's the exact same line as traditional sportsbooks. There's nothing sexy about this, so besides the fact that the percentage difference is 18.98. So let's continue to another stat. Let's look at rushing yards here. This is even a lighter shade of orange. It's almost like a salmon, like a pink, maybe a light peach. I don't know, but it is a nice difference because the line is so high. So even though this is low, and this is what the color code is based on, the difference is still pretty nice. We're saying he's going to get 100 yards rushing, and he's right now at 87.5. So let's do the other parts of that trifecta. Is this line, remember, we're going over. We want the line to be as small as possible. Is this line better than Monkey Knife Fight? Yes. You get a full 3 rushing yards discount. Is this line better than the sportsbook, the traditional sports books? Yes, you actually get a 2-yard discount. So not only is it 11 yards better than our projection, it's 3 yards better than Monkey Knife Fight, and it's 2 yards better than sports books. That, my friends, is what we call the trifecta. So we're definitely looking at Josh Jacobs' rushing yards. Over 87.5, we had Van Jefferson. Technically, we can plug that in as a 2-pick because they're different teams. So we can actually that's our 2-pick we're holding right now. Let's go ahead and look at the Rams rushing yards, see if there's anything for that. Looks like Cam Akers. Yeah, I mean, his line's 44.5 and the projection's 46. There's nothing there. I don't know if we can look at passing yards. Passing yards is on the board because they're not sure who's going to be starting for the Rams. If they're going to like get Baker Mayfield, like if they're going to rush him into action or anything. And then Derek Carr, it's garbage. It's a 3-yard difference. So, I mean, that solves the equation there. So we're locking in a 2-pick power play here for PrizePicks. Jacobs over 87.5 rushing yards. And then it was Van Jefferson over 37.5 receiving yards. If you haven't yet, it is in your best interest to sign up for or download the Bet Karma app. I mentioned this at the beginning of the video. I'll mention it again. If you are not winning, if you feel like you are not winning enough money playing on PrizePicks or any of the other fantasy prop sites or just player props on traditional sportsbooks in general, it is in your best interest, in the best interest of your bank account, to download the Bet Karma app and then lock in this 2-pick here. If you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, of course, do that as well. And we'll see you guys in the chat room, which, as always, is free to view or free to enter by going to betkarmachat.com or simply inside of the app after you download it. Click on this chat room button right there. It'll send you right to our free Discord. Good luck, guys. We'll see you next week.